Okay, good morning. Welcome to the Sports Talk with kerry wehmeyer show for Saturday, February 20th. We're going to be going over today's news headlines. We're also going to recap Tulane baseball today. Tulane did win last night 3-2 to open up the 2021 season. So they will take on ULL later on today. So that'll be around 2 o'clock. So also we'll update on Tulane and UCF during the broadcast. So once again, we will go ahead and send out our invitations to you. So if you want to come in and talk anything in the world of sports, you're free to come on down. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I'll send over the links to you. So go ahead, send those links over. So go ahead, send those links over. Let's see, put this in. There you go. And I'll go over to my screen. And I'll send the links over to this one too. We will send it over to Periscope. Okay. Once again, all three networks, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter has the StreamYard links. If you want to come in, you have to press that StreamYard link. We will let you in. If you want to come in and video chat, if you don't, that's fine. We're not going to hold that against you. I know a lot of people are camera shy and stuff like that, so we'll just take that as it is. So once again, thanks for joining us. Let's go over to the let's begin with Tulane baseball. Tulane baseball yesterday won 3-2 over the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana. So let's put this in. I'm going to put it up in the screen. So the box score is right on the screen. We will go through the box score and scoring summaries. Okay, let's go through the scoring summaries first. Tulane got on the board in the seventh on a walk. So they got on as a walk, and then Tulane scored the last run was on a base hit. Now ULL did score in the seventh and the 10th. They scored hit a home run to right field. That's Conan Kempai hits a home run, and Luis Biles knocks a single, and then Bryn Bro had a walk that was in the top of the 10th. So we're also going to be recording for the podcast as well. So that is your scoring summary. Let's give you some composite stats. Okay, let's go over the Raging Cajuns. Raging Cajuns had 37 at-bats. They only garnered 2 runs, 7 hits, and only 2 RBIs. They did have 1 stolen base in the game yesterday, so 1 stolen base. Also, they struck out 11 times and walked only 4 times. So they struck out. Once again, that's a high number right there when it comes down to it. So let's go over to the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. Tyler Robinson went 2 for 5. Connor Kempai went 2 for 3. Also, Ben Fitzgerald went 0 for 5. Anthony Lano, he didn't bat. Also, Jonathan Brandon he went 0 for 4. Brennan Bro went 1 for 4. Drake Osborne went 0 for 5. And also Kevin Fitzgerald went 0 for 3. Now, Sam Royola, as he went 1 for 4. Carson Rocca Fall went 1 for 4. So I'll be honest with you, they had some good hits. They had 7 hits in the ball game against the Tulane pitching. Now, let's go over to the Tulane box score. I'm going to go through the box score for the Tulane Green Wave. Okay, Graf went 0 for 1. He had a run, but he didn't get an RBI. Colin Burns went 1 for 4. Trevor Mender went 2 for 4. Luis Biles went 1 for 5. He had an RBI. Stephen Logan went 0 for 4 on his 4 at bats. Did not get nothing. Walker Bushfield went 0 for 3. Hayden Hastings went 0 for 1. Simon Gardit went 0 for 2. So also Jade Hart went 0 for 3. So I'll be honest with you, Tulane had only 4 hits. They garnered up 3 runs, 3 RBIs. They had 2 doubles. That was Colin Burns and Trevor Minder. Also, they had 1 stolen base, and that was Minor as well. Now the strikeouts to walk ratio was 13 to 4, so 13 strikeouts. So that's something they're going to have to stop doing, is striking out 13 times at the plate, because that's very consistent at bats for the Tulane Green Wave. So box score breakdown from Tulane. So we'll go over the pitchers. Let's go over the pitchers. So I'm going to go through the pitching numbers. Okay, let's go over those pitchers. Okay, ULL use 4 pitchers. They use Hayden Duke, Brandon Talley, Connor Cookie, also Jeff Wilson. Between those pitchers, they had 13 strikeouts and 8 walks. So they kind of was a little bit struggling when it comes down to those strikeout to walk ratio. So they kind of had 8 walks in the ball game for the Raging Cajuns. Now, they face 30 batters for the Raging Cajuns. Now, the Tulane Green Wave, let's go over the Tulane. Brandon Otteroff went 5 in 1 innings. He had 5 hits, no runs, no earned runs, walked 7, struck out, walk 1, struck out 7. So walk 1, struck out 7. Also, Clifford Sligo with 4 innings. He had 2 hits, 2 runs. 1 of them was earned. Also, 4 strikeouts and 0 walks. Justin Campbell did not pitch, so there's no line on him. He paid 1 at bat. Now, Robert Price had a hit by a pitch. That was 1, so 1 hit by a pitch. So it would mount up to 3. Tulane was faced 37 batters versus the yep. So I'll be honest with you, good start for the Tulane baseball team. That is something like that. I'll be honest with you, that is something. Look, if they can do it all season long, have a good game like they did yesterday against the Raging Cajuns, I think they're going to win some games this year. I think they're going to get into the because last year they finished with 15 wins before the coronavirus pandemic began. So I look at it this way. This is a very good baseball team when it comes down to it. I mean, they're 1-0. They're taking on the Cajuns later on this evening. That is going to be around 2 p.m. So they will be doing their game. So once again, this wraps up Tulane baseball. Tulane baseball wins 3-2. It's your final. No other games. UNO did not play yesterday. LSU did not play yesterday. Southeastern did not play yesterday. So they're going to be playing today. So we'll go ahead and give you an update on Tulane and UCF. So I'm going to go ahead and give you that update right now. So we're going to switch this. I'm going to go ahead and give you the Tulane game updates. I'm going to put it in the screen. So I'm going to share it in the screen. Okay, once again, 10-3 is your score. 10-3 Green Wave on top. Once again, they are shooting 57% from the field. They're also shooting 4 of 7 from 3-point 4 of 7 from the field and 57%. 3-point shooting, they went 0 for 1, so it's now 10-3. Green Wave, they are leading with 14:41 remaining, so we'll keep you updated on these games as we go. So 10-3 is your score. Right now, your leading scorers for Tulane in the early stages is James with 4, Cross with 4, and Forbes with 2. So that's 2 points. So right now it is 10-5 games. So 10-5 Green Wave on top. So we will move along. So let me stop this and we will go over some news headlines. We'll give you some college basketball scores, see what's happening in the college basketball world today. Also, we have NBA games tonight as well. So we're going to switch this. I'm going to go over to the ESPN site. Okay, let's go over some. So once again, 10-3 is your score. We cannot show the video, so we have to cut the video off. So we cannot show you the video of Tulane and so we're gonna have to move this around. So we cannot show you the video due to copyrights. We don't want to get hit with copyrights strikes. Okay, once again, Naomi Osaka defeats Jennifer Brady in 4 straight sets. So it was in straight sets yesterday. She did win her match. She proves to 4-0. She did beat Brady 6-4, 6-3 in Saturday's Australian Open. Once again, we will show you. We will show you some highlights, but we cannot show too much highlights because we don't want to get copyrighted again. So we're going to show you some highlights, but we're going to kind of cut it short. Make sure everything is not. So we're going to go over to, let's go over to the last few seconds of the match. We're going to go to the last few seconds of the match. So we're going to go to the last few seconds of the match. Rewind it again. So we're going to go to the last second of the match. So we're going to play it about a 2-second. Once again, Naomi Osaka wins a match 6-4, 6-3. So we once again we cannot show too many. We have to kind of bow down on those videos. So okay, let's put this in. Okay, Miles Turner turns troll attempt into a Texas fundraiser. So Miles Turner raising money for the storm victims in Texas. That is a good thing what he's doing. That they will fans sent $100 requested by Turner. So I think once again it is a good deed what he did, because look, to be honest with you, look, you got a lot of people that it's going to say, all these NBA players are just millionaires. They don't care about us and they're not in the real world, blah, 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 blah. Look, I look at the positive things these guys do. I look at the absolute positive things. I don't look at the bad things. I look at the positive things. So I think Miles Turner, I think he should, like I said, I think he's, be honest with you, I think that is a situation that should be going, okay, we'll go over to this article. Okay, Kellen Winslow II faces 14 years in prison after pleading a rape assault. So former NFL tight end Kellen Winslow agreed to accept a 14-year prison sentence for raping a homeless woman and assaulting two other women. Winslow, 37, agreed to the charges. Previously guilty plea to avoid 18 years. Look, I think this is a goddamn slap on the wrist for him. Because look, he raped a homeless woman. He also assaulted women. So I look at it this way. Kellen Winslow, look, I don't feel a bit sorry for him. I really don't. I mean, that's just my opinion. If you want to comment, if you think this is a good sentence for Kellen Winslow, you can post your comments via YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter chat rooms. We are watching you through the StreamYard side. So if you think it's a good sentence, 14 years instead of 18 years, look, he should have got 18 years. But he had he said he agreed to 14. Look, he's going to be out maybe in a few years. He might get parole maybe within a 7-year time span and stuff like that if he's good. Once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. Okay, we'll be updating Tulane and UCF. We'll be still updating them. Okay, once again, American Miguel Shafran settled for a bronze medal at the World Ski Championship. That was in Italy. So, congratulations to her for getting a medal, and that is a bronze medal. So, once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. Okay, yesterday Pelicans' disastrous fourth quarter led to an historic collapse. I'll be honest with you. Look, I think this team right now, in the first half of the season, it's absolutely a disaster right now, waiting to happen. Look, they gave up a lot of threes. That was 22 threes in that game. When you give up 22 threes and also your points off of turnovers, you're not winning the game. But it is just, like I said, it's just an afterthought when it comes down to it. I mean, look, Pelicans fans, like, I do these games night after night, and I know what's going on with this team. This team right now is just lethargic. They're absolutely sluggish, and they just they got to get that out of their get their head out of their ass and play real basketball. Because Coach Van Gundy, look, sure, he's gonna blame himself. Yeah, and that's a right thing to do. But also, these players have to play. They cannot just sit there and blame one guy, and then the players don't get partially to blame. So this is from Andrew Lopez. You can reach him at ESPN. So look, he has it. He has it down lock. Now through 3 quarters was going. Also, they had an 11-point lead in the 4th quarter, and their offense had 102 points in the first 36 minutes, and also 48 minutes long. So when you score like that, and Phoenix come back, Paul went had 15, 19. He also had 28 plus 28, and also so once again, this is from ESPN or the ESPN.com. Okay, Joel Embiid dropped 50 against the Chicago Bulls. So we're going to show you a few highlights, but we cannot play too much video because we don't want to get copyrighted. So we just going to show you the few seconds, show the few seconds of his video. We're going to stop it right there. So he was on the bounce. Shot was good. So shot was good. So once again, Joel Embiid had 50 points, 17 rebounds, also 5 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks. He also had 2 turnovers in 35 minutes of his playing time. I told my kids one day I play with Joel Embiid, Harris said. So, look, Joel Embiid, I'm going to tell you, he is something. When he drops 50 points on the Philadelphia 76ers, look, he's going to be on the All-Star team. He's going to be in the part of that Eastern Conference starters. So I look at it this way: Joel Embiid, he's just an absolute beast when it comes down to the game. So we'll show you his numbers. I'm going to go ahead and show you his numbers. Last couple of games, I'm going to pull it up on my screen. Okay, Joel Embiid averages 29 points a game. He also averages 10 rebounds a game. Last 10 games, Joel Embiid had 33 points. So he put up 33.5 points in the last 10 games. He shot 53%. He also shot 39 from behind the arc, and also 87%. So he was consistent in the last 10 games. Now the game versus Toronto, he went 41%, but he didn't shoot very well when it comes down to threes. He was at 16%. So he put up 29 points against Toronto. Now on the road, Joel Embiid is very consistent on his shots, 51.9%, 53 from behind the arc. Also, so that was in his last game. So so that was against so the recent games he had 65%. He also put up 50 points. That was yesterday against the Bulls. Also 47% shooting and 31 points against Houston. Also Phoenix, he had 35. And against Portland, he had 35 points. He also had 35 points. So his 50-point outburst, that was, like I said, that was just 50, 31, 35, 35, and 25. So he had 25 against Sacramento. So 25 against Sacramento. So he's got some good shooting ranges when it comes down to it. So he's a very good shooter. So That's 53%. When you're shooting 53%, you're going to win games. So once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. We'll give you an update on Tulane and UCF. I'm going to go ahead and switch this over to the Gamecast screen. I'm going to give you an update on Tulane and okay, once again, 21-19. Tulane on top, 7:38 remaining in the first half. UCF went on a 9-0 run. Tulane had 3 turnovers since the last 3 minutes and 38 seconds. And the scoring drought, once again, 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Tulane shooting 53%. They're also shooting 3 of 6 from three-point range. And they're also only shooting 50% from the charity stripes. Now, Tulane has 4 turnovers in the game. UCF has 3. So, once again, it is 21-19. Tulane on top of UCF out at Fogelman Arena. So, we'll drop this out. And we'll continue with news. Okay, let's go look at this. Okay, LA Clippers back in full strength. Stopped the NBA best Utah Jazz winning streak. So once again, that winning streak is over. LA Clippers won their game last night. The Clippers are 22-9, so they have the best record in the NBA. Also, the Jazz as well, 24-6. That's one of the best teams in the Western Conference right now is Utah and LA Clippers. Now, the LA Lakers, I'll be honest with you, not far behind. So, I look at it this way. It is just when the playoffs come, I think the Clippers are going to be in. And also, I think the Utah Jazz will be in the playoffs. So, once again, this is from ESPN. Go to ESPN.com. Okay, let's put this up on the screen. Okay, Denver Nuggets, Jamal Murray had first ever with 50 points, 0 free throw attempts. So in his game last night, they did beat Cleveland 120-103. Following the game, Murray was unaware. He had done something unique. So Murray said, quote, we'll highlight it. It was just making my shots, he said. Chalant slips between post-game smooth and kind of cool, making history. Cool stat, getting 50 points. He did shoot 21 of 25. He knocked down 8 of 10 of those 3-point shots. That was in the and scored 30 in the second half. He also put up 38 in electrifying minutes. He shot 84% from the field, so it's an excellent clip right there for Jamal Murray for the Denver Nuggets. So once again, congratulations to him. We'll give you his last couple of numbers. I'm going to go through his numbers. Okay, Jamal Murray. I'm looking at him right now. Last 10 games, he had 20 points in the last 10 games. That was on. He also shot 46%, 37%. He also had 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Now on the road, he puts up 21 points, but he shoots pretty well from the 3-point line with 42, and from the field 50.8%. Now the last 2 games he played, he had 40 minutes against Washington. He put up 35 points. He had 52% field goal shooting, and also 50% from the 3-point charity stripe. Now, against Cleveland, he had 50 points. So 50 points and 35 points in the last 2 nights. So, once again, Jamal Murray countering Joel Embiid's 50-point tantrum. Okay, Liverpool and Everton, no score. They're just started. Let's give you full college basketball scoreboard update. So we're going to give you an update on college games going on across the country. Okay, let's give you a D1 report. So we'll go ahead and give you D1 scores. I'm waiting for the feed to load. I don't know why they're not loading right. There it is. Okay, once again, 22-21. UC up on top. We'll come back to the Gamecast and give you an update on Tulane and UC up. Other games going on this afternoon. LSU will take on Auburn. Nichols will take on Central Arkansas. UNO will take on McNeese, and Southeastern and Abilene Christian is postponed. Now, other games going on in college basketball here on this Saturday morning. American leading 30-23. Also, the game I'm watching, Indiana on top 26-20, 5 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in that one. It's in the first half. Also, Niagara down 25-20 to Siena. Now it's 25-21 to Siena. Miami down 36-11 against Georgia Tech. Are the games going on? Auburn, Vanderbilt, and Alabama. Villanova and UConn. So let me scroll this down. Villanova, UConn, Kentucky, Tennessee. So this is all 11, 12 o'clock throughout the afternoon and throughout the night. So college basketball going on in full effect. Once again, a lot of teams jockeying for position to get into their conference tournaments. So that's it is 26-22. Indiana on top. That is in the first half, and the shot is going to be blocked. And Michigan State will get to. It looks like it's going to get to the line. So 20. I'm going to move this out the screen. I'm going to go to local sports. So we're going to switch over to the Advocate. We'll go over to local sports headlines. Okay, let's go over some local headlines here. Let's go over to Zach Streep, the voice of the New Orleans Saints, will be going to the coaching ranks. He will be as assistant offensive line coach. He did play 12 seasons for the Saints. He also was the play-by-play voice, replacing Jim Hennison in the booth. So hopefully they will find a replacement for him in the booth. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have some talented people. So Zach Street, like I said, he was calling the Saints games. I mean, he was in the booth. So he also had Deuce McAllister as well. So they are searching for his replacement. So a lot of people will be um, calling up WWL and uh, um, applying for that job, because look, anybody can, if they pick anybody, I think it would be a great selection for the Saints radio network. So once again, this is from The Advocate. Go to theadvocate.com. Okay, LSU basketball will play at 3 o'clock. They're trying to stay on the winning path. I think they will continue to stay on the winning path. Because, like I said, tournament time, their LSU is going to be ready to make a significant run. They will take on Auburn, which is 11-11, 5-8, 3 p.m. Game. So I look at it this way: if LSU comes out in the first half, clicking on all cylinders, they will win the game. But if they play sloppy, play lethargic basketball, I'll be honest with you, Auburn will take full advantage of their mistakes. So I think it's I think this game right here. I think LSU will win this game. Make no mistake about it. So this is from The Advocate. Go to theadvocate.com. Okay, we'll head over to we talked about that. We'll go over. We talked about Murray, and we'll hit this button right here. Okay, Burns set big target with low round at Riviera. So Sam Burns, 566. He had tie 36-hole record. So I wish this young man the best of luck in his endeavors going to the pro links. He's a former LSU golfer. So once again, this is from Doug Ferguson. Okay, Southern basketball postponed. Said he will not be playing against Alabama A&M soccer team blanks. So LSU soccer team wins in their game against Southern Miss 1-0. LSU now 3-7-2. They will. So nope, they lost the game 1-0. Excuse me. They had a 1-0 loss. So they will take on I'm trying to see. LSU also volleyball top Arkansas. So LSU 4-9. They won their sets 25-23, 26-24, 25-21, and also 25-21. So that's from the Advocate sports page. We'll go over to some number 3. Okay, fun and pinstripes. So it's talkative Talon Reserve Kluber fouled out on the in the Yankees flight out. So he fills out the Yankees rotation. So I think the Yankees right now, look, if they going into the season, Talley has a 29-24 record, 3.67 ERA. So he's going to fill that role for the New York Yankees. So also he went Kluber. Let's see. He's also a Cy Young winner. He went 98-58, 3.16 ERA. He also went 2-1 and also a 2.25 ERA in the Bronx. So both of them is going to be viable for the New York Yankees this year. So once again, this is from Ronald Bloom. Follow him at AP. Alabama outslugged McNeese in the opener. So McNeese did play yesterday. Delgado played against Bryan and Stratton. They won 13-2. So Delgado won their game as well. Alabama won 10-6 over McNeese. Okay, Justin Turner, glad to be back in LA. So let's this is an article about him. Once again, it's a pretty good article, lengthy article. Also, Gardner returns to the Yankees for his 14th season. Also, relief pitcher Ken Giles knows the upcoming season, and also low positive rates in the coronavirus for the spring baseball once baseball begins. So the tests was 13 of 4,336. Positive tests was 11 out of 30 teams. So that's not too bad right there. They can if they can keep it down, I think they'll complete the 2021 season. Okay, let's go to Bubble Watch. I'm going to go ahead and go over to the Bubble Watch side. Okay, Bubble Watch teams buying for the NCAA tournament before their conference tournament. Alabama is a lock, 17-5, 12-1. They will be the rankings 7, and their projected seed will be a second seed, so they're probably going to be the second seed. Now, Tennessee's net rating is 11. So net rating is 11. Projected seeding is 4th. Should be in is Missouri, 13-6, 6-6. Also, the net rankings for Arkansas is 44th and 6th. So they will get the 6th seed going into the NCAA tournament. Now, Florida net rating is 24, and their projected seeding would be 7th. LSU's net ranking is 30th. Projected seed would be 7th. If the season would end today, net ratings for Ole Miss, they're at 28, most likely going to get the 8th seed. Net ratings for Kentucky is 56 and 7. So 56 on the net rankings, and projected seeding is 7th. Also, the net rankings for Georgia is 77. They're 13-8, 6-8 in conference. Net ranking for Mississippi State is 89th. They're at 5-8, in the conference at 11-11. Now South Carolina has a 95th net ranking. They will take and also Vanderbilt at 116, Texas A&M 130, and Auburn postseason ban for Auburn. So once again, that is not going to matter. They will not be in the tournament due to the postseason ban. This is out of 105 projections in college basketball. So once again, this is Bubble Watch. Okay, filling up the stat sheet. Herb Jones drained a three-pointer in the first half of Alabama's game against Georgia. So he did fill up the stat sheets as he did his 3 seasons. He made 14 shots from behind the arc. He also had a 22% on his attempts. He also had 11.9 points a game. So that's Herb Jones with Alabama. So I think Alabama will get in the basketball NCAA tournament. I think they will. They're going to be the 2nd seed. So they're going to probably be maybe in region 2 or region 3. So they'll probably be in region 2 or 3. That's my guess. I think that's what's going to happen with Alabama. So once again, this is from The Advocate. Go to theadvocate.com. Okay, around the league, SEC, team of the week is Arkansas. Players of the week was Devontae Smart. Also, games to watch, Kentucky taking on Tennessee. That will be on CBS in just a few moments, about 10 minutes from now. It will be on CBS. Also, inside the numbers, Arkansas is the hottest team with 7 straight conference wins. Justin Smith is the big reason why. The Razorbacks are 16-1. Due to and also Missouri had hot shooting performance with the Bulldogs, shot 49% in their games. So once again, around the league, follow them at that's going to be on the Advocates page. Okay, let's see what else we got. Graded the grading on a curve. So that's grading on curves. Centralized NCAA bracket makes the tricky situations that's probably going to be absolute. It's probably going to be some problems picking the teams to get into the NCAA tournament, kind of their record and stuff like that. So once again, this is from The Advocate. Go to theadvocate.com. Okay, Rick Perry, who worked for the Tiger Athletic Foundation for 4 decades, informed the leadership he will retire. He spent 6 years with the Tiger Athletic Foundation. He did join the organization back in 1987. So they're going to be looking for a new CEO and presidents. So Once again, this is from Brooks Cabina. You can reach him at The Advocate. Okay, Tulane learns on Hunter's defense. So um, I'll be honest with you. I think it's going to work. Hopefully it does. Because look, this is um, Ron Hunter right now. Look, he can get this basketball team back into a winning formula. But the truth of the matter is, when Tulane shoots sloppy and lethargic, to be honest with you, it's very hard to get the program back on solid ground. So I look at it this way: they're going to learn a lot from Ron Hunter's defense. So once again, this is from The Advocate. Go to theadvocate.com. Okay, LSU faces Alabama and Liberty in the girls and women's softball. So LSU will take on Alabama and Liberty. So that's those games probably be later on. So that is what they're talking about. That will be a Tuscaloosa. So it's a conference game against Alabama, and then a non-conference game against Liberty. So Jim Cryprina is the writer right here. Please give him a follow. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, O'Neal out for the foreseeable future. So looks like they lost Sharif O'Neal. He did have an injury with his foot the day before LSU's open in late December. So he is going to be out for good. So it's not once again his career probably be over. So this is from Sheldon Nichols. You can follow him at The Advocate. So we will go through the last couple of items on the newspaper side. Okay, A.J. Johnson chooses LSU, so he's coming in from the 2022 class. Johnson was a four-star athlete rated by 247 Sports. Led the Greenies to with 40 receptions and 558 yards and 6 touchdowns. So he's going to be playing for LSU. So I think this is a good decision for A.J. Johnson. Once again, this is from The Advocate. Go to theadvocate.com. So let's see what we got. Ryan Vargas has stopped a young NASCAR driver in his tracks. So that was Camara car he sponsors. That's the Saints Alvin Kamara. He did sponsor Vegas. So I think he's going to, once again, I think that's a good thing with, once again, it's from Luke Johnson. Follow him at The Advocate. Okay, what else we have? I'm gonna talk about this. Okay, Djokovic, that's Novak Djokovic, lost in the U.S. Open. So that was in the U.S. Australian Open, excuse me. That was the final of the U.S. Open, and also he had the Australian Open as well. So that was the Australian Open on Thursday. He did suffer a setback. So this is from the Advocate. Okay. Okay, LHSAA pushes back state track indoor meet. So it looks like it's going to be switched over. So that's going to be due to broken pipes in Louisiana. They will push back the indoor track and field meets. So that is going to be we'll know what time the times it will be postponed. Saturday is to Sunday. So that's probably going to be what's going to happen with the LHSAA track meets. So let's scroll this down. Okay. East Jefferson finally set to play. So they're going to play in the semifinals. They'll take on Benton on Monday. So good luck to East Jefferson in the Division II soccer playoffs. So once again, this is from the Advocate. Okay, the Fairgrounds report. We'll go through the Fairgrounds report. Okay, this is Michael V Choke choices. Race 1, they have Saber Alley. Also, number 1 is Much About It. Now, off the turf, 1 through 9, and race number 2 will be Lady Boy. Also, Run Tappy. Also, in race 3 will be Miller Green. Also, All Facts. Also, off the turf, 9 through 8, Theo's Flow. Also, Macho will be number 6. He will be competing in race number 4. Now, race number 5, Copel and Flags Up will be going into the 5th race. Now, the 6th race will be Double Barrel Man State Treasurer taking on Chainsaw Line. Also, Oak Hill would take on Irish Hokey. Also, off the turf 1 through 3, Old Me Boy. That's OLLIEMYBOY. He is going to be in the race. Also, Plus Quad Parfait. Looks like it's going to be a match. That's going to be race number 8. Now, race number 9 will be For the Love of Lender. Also, Quality of Mercury. Now, the next one is Give Me Sound. That's going to be in race 10 versus Ranch Badge. So that is, once again, follow Michael B. Choke. You can follow him at Twitter on B Choke Racing. So he gives you all the information on the fairgrounds and all the horses that are participating in those races. So once again, this is from The Advocate. Go to theadvocate.com. Okay, it looks like we got the fairgrounds report done. We're going to go over to the Varsity Zone High School Sports. We're going to give you a in-depth recap of games went on in high school sports. Okay, starting with Mount Carmel senior defender Colby Beebe had a sign of relief. The Cubs won 2-0 at Joe Yenny Stadium on Friday against Mandeville. So that was in the soccer semifinal. Also, the second round seed Cubs will take on Dominican. That will be next Saturday at 4:30 in Strawberry Stadium in the Southeastern campus. Also, Dominican wins their game 3-1 in girls soccer. Now, what else we have? Okay, Lakeshore cruises to a 3-0 victory. That's in the soccer semifinal. So the only not only it was the 100 goal of the year for the Titans. They led the Division II semifinals. They will take on Ben Franklin. So that was in the yesterday's game. So we're going through all the information. They will take on St. Thomas More. That will be in Hammond once again. So this is from okay, let's give you some okay, hat trick from Thomas led Newman girls in their match that's in the state semifinals. So congratulations to Newman on their win. Also, Sacred Heart wins 4-2. And we will wrap this up with the podcast. Once again, Bell Chase fights off Stubborn Westgate. So it looks like that was 52-46 was the final. That was in the by-district playoffs. Friday night, Cardinals are 13-3. They are the 10th seed in the. They will take on the winner of Woodlawn and Plaquemines. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up with the podcast. So we'll wrap it up. Podcast is recorded. So Bell Chase led 27-23 at the end of the first half. Both teams went on a 15-0 run to get a win. So Bell Chase wins their game. Now, forced turnovers, Bell Chase went on a 15-0 burst. They led 25-19 with 2:34 remaining before halftime. Jordan did score 13 points, and Cy had 10, and also Armorin led Westgate with 12 at the half. So that was Jordan and St. Cy. But once again, this is from Daryl Williams. Follow him at The Advocate. So we're going to wrap this up. Just a few seconds. Okay, we're going to check one last time on Tulane and UCF. Let's see what's happening on that game. We'll give you another update. Okay, update 38-37, UCF on top of Tulane. That's in the second half. 19:02 remaining in the second half. Once again, Tulane missed a couple of shots. They missed a three-point shot that was at 19:43 and also 19:14. So right now, Tulane's not shooting very well. They're shooting 45% in the game, but they're also shooting 47%. So they're knocking down the shots, but they're missing shots here in the second half on the recent play-by-play area. They're shooting 67%. Now, 6 turnovers, points off of turnovers, 13-5. UCF leads. Your leading scorers was Forbes with 13, Cross with 7, Walker with 9, James with 6, and Watson with 2. So 38-37 is your score. We'll recap it again tomorrow. So that is, we're going to wrap it up. Okay, once again, thanks for joining us for this edition of Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer Show. We appreciate you coming in. Once again, I will have LSU baseball that will be on YouTube and Twitter. That will be at 1 p.m. We will have the game for you. That will be around 1:30. So we'll be on the air giving you the play-by-play of LSU and Air Force as they start opening up the new college baseball season for LSU. So we will be live. So if you want to come over there, come over to Twitter and also come over to the YouTube channel. Just click my name. You'll be able you'll find me. So once again, everybody have a good rest of your Saturday afternoon. And we'll see you in just about around 1:30, 2 o'clock. So we will be here for Tulane, LSU and Air Force. So